Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be our two looks, one palette using our Kaleidos makeup, oh my god, VR Neon palette. So I've already done a first impressions with Strobe, I'll have it linked down below, where I did swatches of all the colours in this, but I wanted to kind of play with it a little bit more. I also did a makeup look in that video where I used all the colours in this, but I kind of wanted to play with it and see what other kind of looks I can come up with, and in the future I'll probably do more as well. This is a beautiful palette. You will see me rave about it. It's so stunning, and you can see on my face the green in this is phenomenal, and I also have the orange and the yellow on. Yeah, I think it's such a pretty palette. I love how this look turned out. This is the first look when I bought the palette. My first impressions look was the one I thought of first, and then when I thought of my two looks on palette, this is the first thing that came out. I was like, I need to use the green. I just need to use the green. Once I use the green, I'm happy. So that's what we're going to do today. I have this, and I've this look and another look coming up, and then I'll probably do a palette bingo, multi-palette bingo. I've probably said this already. Multi-palette bingo of all three, because I have three Kaleidos makeup palettes, which I will be doing videos on all of those, and once I have all those done, I will do a multi-palette bingo. One little thing I want to mention, so today is the 1st of July as I'm filming this, and this is going up sometime the end of July because I do pre-record. I'm now back in work officially. Well, I have 2 weeks off as my holidays as of next week, but I am officially back in work, so I'm kind of filming stuff here and there. I'm very happy I did pre-record so much, but a lot of the videos you'll see are pre-recorded from April and May and stuff like that, so those are way pre-recorded, where some of the ones that are coming up as well are not as pre-recorded. So just to let you know that there is some that are kind of of different timelines. So in some videos I'll mention that I'm not back in work, but as of the 1st of July, I am officially back in work, doing my normal work, obviously with the restrictions and everything, but doing my normal days. So I'm trying to film as much as I can here and there. I do have some time off as well, so I'll hopefully get more done. So yeah, I just want to add that in just in case it's a bit confusing as to maybe some videos I might say that I'm in work and then some I say I'm not, just in case. So yeah, let's get on with the looks anyway. Okay guys, so let's get into our first look using the Kaleidos VR Neon palette, and I'm feeling today green because I want a whole showcase of this green, and I'm thinking maybe the shimmery orange as well. So I might use say the yellow to blend out the green, just kind of do the green all over and then just press the orange on top. That's the kind of idea. I just want something nice and simple, nice and easy. On my face already, I will have my skin products listed down below, but I already have my eyebrows on and all. I use my Benefit Brow on my eyes, and then I popped on some Urban Decay Prime Potion, which is a different primer than I used in my first impressions for this, which I will have linked down below. But yeah, just to try a different primer and see how they work. So let's start. So I'm going to start with a MAC 217 brush, and I'm going to go into the yellow, which is the shade Level Up, and this is just going to be our blending colour, just to help everything kind of blend. Sorry, just getting my mirror. And just popping that into the crease. We want this nice and blown out. I don't want any kind of harshness with this sort of look if I can help it, and I want it to be a bit more of a green sort of smoky eye, but super bright green smoky eye. And I'm blending that yellow up far enough, but I'm going to use my green then all over the lid. Okay, so next I'm just taking this brush that I got in my Harry Potter advent calendar, just like a little wand, but it's just a very flat, I know Real Techniques have a brush something like that, flat but big fluffy kind of brush, and I just want to use this just to pack on the green, and that is the shade Glitch, which is that one there. And we're just going to press this all over the lid, and then we can use the yellow to kind of blend it out. Look at that colour. Love me a lime green, it's so pretty. So just using pressing motions because I want the colour to really stick and be super opaque on the eye, and then we'll be putting the shimmery orange on top. I don't want it to look like, say, a yellow and green look. I want it to look like a green and orange look, so I want it to be mostly green. The yellow is just there to help blend the green out, and it'll also help tie in to the orange because obviously the yellow goes quite nice with the orange too. So I'm just taking my 217 again, just with whatever's left on it, and using that just to soften out any areas that aren't super soft, blended, the colours don't blend into each other nicely. We can just go in and blend that out. If it sounds like something is about to take off in here, like a plane, it's because I'm rendering a video. My fan is going crazy on my computer. It keeps getting like louder and quieter as it's going on. So I'm going to do my lower lash line right now. I already have my under eye concealer and everything on from before, but I want to do my lower lash line before I do the shimmer because I want that to be like the last kind of part. So I'm going to go back into Glitch, and this is a Real Techniques shading brush. I'm just taking a little bit of Glitch, the green, first, and he is going to go right up against the lashes on the lower lash line. This is such a beautiful green. Just making sure you're connecting on that outer corner just to help the blend all look the same on the top and bottom. And then I'm just going back in with my 217 and I'm going back into Level Up, the yellow, and just use that to soften out any edges along the green. You can always reapply some of the green on the lower lash line if you lose some of it, but I'm just using this to help blow out that bottom. It's so bright. I absolutely love this. So now what I want to do is pop the tiniest little bit of glitter primer on, just because it is such a matte kind of texture on the lid. I want something for the glitter to stick to it, and I love using my glitter primer. So I'm just taking like half the amount I would normally take and just taking that on my finger and just coat the finger, but not too much. And this is just going to go on the center part of the eye. Then we're going to go in with Hologram, which is the orange, and I kind of tested out my finger just to make sure there wasn't too much red in the orange, so that way it would look a bit funny with the green, and it looked quite nice, so it'll hopefully just give us a nice bit of a shimmery texture. And I just took it up on my finger because I just want to press that over the glitter primer, and you can kind of just pat over as you're fading it out. I kind of don't pick up too much and just put a small little bit on my finger, and that way you've loads of control as to how far it goes and everything. Then going back in with my brush that I had the green on, just where they meet, so where the orange starts to fade, I'm just going to pat over just to help blend. Sorry, my mirror is like right in front of my mouth, you probably can't even hear me. It just gives a real nice kind of weird look to the eye. And as we know, I love a bit of weird. Okay, so then for the inner corner, I kind of want to do a little bit of the orange, but also do like say my face highlight and stuff like that. So I'm not sure exactly. I might do a small little bit of the orange just to tie it in with the eye, and then put my face highlight on top to brighten it a little bit more. But I do want to use my NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk just to help. Sorry, that was my cup of tea. Help with the brightness of the shadow, and just to keep it nice and light and not too deep in there. Then I take my baby finger, it's got nothing on it, and just press over that just to smush it in and make sure there's no harsh line with that. Then I'm just taking a small little flat brush, any kind of brush will do, even your finger would do. Taking Hologram, the orange, just a small little bit at a time. I don't want to pick up too much. And press that on the inner corner. And because we've got no green underneath this orange shade, it's coming out a lot more like red orange, which I'm not mad at. I like it. Then as my face highlight, I want to use my Double Gleam. Mine is kind of like, it's all intact, but it's not actually in the pan. It keeps like falling out, like, see? And I don't know how to repress it for this pan, so I'm just kind of leaving it in there. It's still intact and it works perfectly fine. It's cool. So that's I don't know if I said that, it was Double Gleam from MAC, the Extra Dimension highlighter. That's what I'm going to use on my face, and I'm just pressing that over that orange inner corner. Okay, the last thing I kind of want to add to this is a pencil. This is Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in the shade Go Green. It's just like a super bright green to kind of match, and I just want to. I love a lime green, as we see. So this is just going to go in the waterline. I'm not, as far as I know, doing a upper liner on my upper lash line. I think I'm just going to do this mascara and a nice pair of fluffy lashes. Okay, so that is the eye pretty much done, well, for colours anyway. So what I'm going to do is finish them off, do my mascara and lashes, do my face, do my lips, and then I'll tell you what's on my face when I come back. Alrighty guys, so this is our finished look. I had such a hard time with this lip. I did not know what I wanted to do with this lip. I just couldn't decide. So I'm going to quickly go through everything. So on my eyes, I used my MDM Flow Greater Than mascara just to finish everything up, because you already seen me put my liner on. And then my lashes are the Primark Beauty or PS Beauty 3D Angel lashes. So they're still nice and fluffy and very dense in the root of the lashes, but they kind of wisp out at the end, so you can still see everything. Again, that's what I like. I like dramatic lashes, but be able to still see what you've done on your eyes. And then on my cheeks for my bronzer, I use my Tarte Park Avenue Princess Contour Palette. This guy here, there you go. And I used this one here, which is Princess Cut. So not the coolest one, it's like the next one up from that one. I use that as my contour and a little bit of bronzer like around my forehead and stuff like that. For my cheeks, I use my Benefit Coralista blusher because it has that nice kind of peachy orangey sort of shade to go with the kind of yellowy sort of tones that's on the eye. And then as my highlight, I've already mentioned, but I'll show you once more, I used my MAC Double Gleam highlighter just on my cheeks. I was going to add more of a golden highlight on top of that, but I kind of felt like just leaving it at that. I thought that was nice. Then for my lip, the one I ended up going for, I was going to do like one more like this kind of color, but then it's not as orange as I originally thought it was going to be. So I was like, okay, the orange won't go with this. I still love it. I still love how it looks. But I was like, I'll go softer with the lip and then I can add a gloss to that. So I did the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade Mannequin, just all over the lips. And then to add a bit of colour and a bit of shine to that, I actually used my MAC Grand Illusion Liquid Lip Colour. It's a gloss, kind of minty as well, which is quite nice. This is Electric Rainbow, so it actually kind of matches my inner corner quite well, which I thought was nice, and I put that on top. So that is everything that's on my face right now. I will have everything listed down below if you didn't catch anything there. And yeah, let's see look number 2. Okay guys, welcome to look number 2. Just before we start, I got my hair did. I'm a blonde again. I'm nice and, well, I was always a blonde. I was just a dark blonde naturally. I'm a dark dirty blonde. It always looks really darker because of the ends of my hair is so light, because of highlights. But now that I'm blonde all over, I will just let you know that I have no colour apart from previous colours in the ends of my hair. So that's the colour of my hair before I even got it done recently. And I just blended the roots in. So that just goes to show you how light my ends are. It just doesn't look as light because the roots are so dark compared to the ends, if that makes sense. But I got it done. I feel so much better. I can film more and I have a Halloween look up that suits this hair so well. And I can finally film that as well. But today, let's forget about that. Today we're going to be doing our second look for our VR Neon palette from Kaleidos Cosmetics, the most beautiful bright palette ever. Today I'm feeling red. I didn't use a lot of the red in the first look, and I do definitely want to use it in this look. So I'm feeling red, maybe blend it with a bit of orange, maybe do a bit of a pink on the center of the lid, kind of, maybe a bit of a, not cut crease, but I might put a bit of concealer down just to make it stand out more. Maybe a bit of green on the lower lash line. I'm kind of, that's the vibe I'm going for. I'm definitely doing the red and the pink on the lid though. So let me pop my hair out my face and we can get started. Okay, so now my hair is back and I look like I've got a bit of a mullet going on. Let's get started with the face. So on my face, I've already got my skin and my brows done, and I had to change my brow product, not brow colour, but brow product, just so that it's not too strong compared to my hair now. And I've got my eyeshadow primer on. Everything I already have on my face will be listed down below so you can see, and also be on my Instagram as well if you want to check that out. That's also down below. So let's get started. I'm going to start out with the red. I think that's the way I want to go about this to begin with. So let me take, this is an e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush. I'm assuming it's for like doing your outer corner, but I'm going to use it just to pack everything on. Super dense but thick, dense brush. And we're going to take the red, which is, what are you called? Game Over. And we're going to take some of that. Let me get my little mirror so I can see what I'm doing. And he is going to go all over the lid. Just pressing it on. Don't worry about the edge or anything like that too much. Just make sure you get it all over your lid and up to the crease, so that way when we do blend it out a little bit, it's up high enough basically. Okay, I zoomed you guys in a little bit as well, just so you can see a little bit better. That is so pretty. I freaking love this. It's so bright and it's quite a true red with maybe a hint of orange in it. so it's not, doesn't blend to pink, so that's why I'm going to go into the orange to blend it out. I could also use the yellow, would make orange as well, and I may add the yellow, but we shall see. I'm going to take the shade, what are you called? Boss. I've got my little slip paper down there so I can remember. I'm taking that on an Inglot 6SS. This is my old one, so it's a little bit funny looking, but it works perfect. And just right along where that red is in the crease, we're going to go along that with the orange. I'm not starting up too high, just so that I have a little bit of room to blend when I do want to go up a little bit higher. So I blended up as high as I think I want to. I might do a bit of a brow highlight with like a nude shade or something like that if I want to blend a little bit more, but I'm just going back in with some of the red and just close to the crease where it might have rubbed off a little bit because of the blending. I'm just packing a little bit more on, just a small little bit. So I want to work on my lower lash line before I do any shimmers on the lid or anything like that. I'm going to go into the shade Glitch, which is the green, the bright green, and we all know, if you watch me at all, I love me a green eyeshadow. I love me a lime green eyeshadow and a bright green eyeshadow. So he is just going, this is just a flat smudgy brush, like super dense smudgy brush. It's just like a cheap Harry Potter style one that I got from Primark. I'm just using that to fluff that underneath the eye. Again, like I said in my first impressions, which I'll link down below or put up on the cards up there, obviously there's no super dark colours except maybe the red you could consider to be dark, but it's still bright. But you're going for a neon palette, so everything should be bright in a neon palette to me. So that doesn't bother me, but if you did want to deepen, say like your lower lash line or the outer corner or something like that, you may want to pull into another palette, but to me that's not a big deal. Okay, so looking weird, but I love it. I'm gonna go and pop a bit of concealer on, or well, not concealer, my P. Louise eye base, which is basically like a concealer. And I'm just gonna use the tiniest little squeeze of that, like teeny weeny. And I'm gonna take him on a flat brush. So I have him loaded onto a little flat brush, and I'm just gonna put that in the center. It doesn't have to be super opaque or super precise. I'm just kind of putting a light base down to help the pink really jump out at us. Yeah, basically. I don't want the pink to end up looking too red, basically, on the eye. But I'm not doing like a full-on cut crease or anything like that. It doesn't have to be that precise, but you can if you want to. Then I'm taking a clean flat brush, and this is a 239 from MAC, and we're going to go in to the shade Easter Egg, which is the bright shimmery pink, and he is gonna go on where we popped the P. Louise base, so right down the middle. Oh, the shimmers in these palettes are just beyond words. Like, I would say it's one of the best formulas of, like, the mattes are so nice, but one of the best formulas of shimmers that I've ever used. Then I'm taking that same brush that we used for the red, just the tiniest little dab of red, just so we can blend the pink into the red on the sides here. Because we don't want the pink to overtake everything. We just want it to be like that little flash of pink on the lid. Okay, I think that's all I need to use, or what I want to use anyway, for my actual eyeshadow. So I am going to jump off. I'm going to do the rest of my skin. I'm going to finish off the eyes. I have to pick a pair of lashes. I don't know what lashes I want to use. Don't even know if I want to even do liner on the upper lid. I have to pick a liner for my lower lash line, but I think I have one in mind. Or maybe I don't. I'll have to decide that as well. I'll need a few minutes. And a lip. I'm between 3 different lips already, so I haven't even decided the rest of my face to go with this. So let me jump off and I'll be back in a sec. Okay guys, so this is our second look using our Kaleidos VR Neon palette, and let me just open it so we can have another little look at its beauty. And that is it there. And I love how this look turned out. I think it's so cute. It's weird as per usual on my channel. Nothing new there. I think the colours are so vibrant. They're so bright. They really catch your eye as soon as they're on. Like, you don't have to work too hard to get it to be super eye-catching because they're neon, and or well, bright anyway. Some people might not say they're neon, but I think they are, so whatever. So let me go quickly through what I have on my face. So I didn't do any liner on my upper lash line. I didn't feel like it, and I didn't think it really go with it. I wanted to keep it all kind of soft and just colour and a lash, and that's kind of all I wanted. But on my waterline I did do a liner, and I actually did a pink. It's a pink that matches quite well to the upper lid where the pink is, and this is Boots from Colourpop. It's one of their cream gel liners, and I used that on my waterline. I was going to do green, but I thought it look a bit more interesting with because otherwise it's just like warm and green on the bottom, whereas if I put a bit of pink on the bottom, it kind of ties the top in, and it's also a bit more contrasting as well. I think it looks pretty cool. And then I went in with my MDM Flow Greater Than mascara on my top and bottom lashes. And then for my lashes, these are the Violet Voss All the Wispy Ladies. That's the box off them, which you don't need to see, but I always show for some reason. And they are super long and super fan-do, and they're really, really pretty. They're just cool. I like them, and you can still see all the shadow, which I quite like. Then onto my cheeks. For my bronzer, I use my ML Safari bronzer, just to give me a little bit more warmth on the skin. And for my blush, I use my Ingla cream blush, the AMC cream blush in the shade 91, which is like a soft pink, and I think it's really pretty, and it's neutral enough to kind of not take away from the rest of the colours, because I do have a lot on my face right now, but it's also still bright enough to still give me a bit of colour, a bit of warmth. It's kind of like a peachy pink, so it's not just pink, it's a bit more of a peachy pink. And then for my highlighter, because I am a little bit more tan right now, I used my Kiko Ocean Feel highlighter in the shade 02 Virtuous Golden Rose. It's just like one of their big highlighters, and it's stunning, and it just gives a super nice sheen over the cheeks without being too glittery. It's more of a sheen, still dramatic, but it's still more of a sheen, not sparkly. And then for my lips, out of my 3 options, I didn't know whether to go pink, red or coral, so I kind of went with something that's more corally pink, to kind of keep it all tied in together. But the coral that I wanted to use was the Ingla HD lip tint in the shade 11, which is a super bright colour. Now when it's on, it's quite neon, which I thought would take away from the eye, so I wanted to just knock it down just a tad. So I lined and filled my lip in with my Soar lip liner from MAC, just to kind of neutralise it a little bit, and then put this on top to give us the colour, the brightness, but without it being too punchy. So that is our 2 looks using the Kaleidos Makeup VR Neon. I'm so excited to get into more of these. I love this palette. I'm so happy I have this. I actually can't even believe that I have this, because to me these are quite famous on YouTube with a lot of YouTubers that I watch recently, and it's something that I'm always lusting over, and now I actually have them in my hand and I can use them, and it's on my face right now, and I love it. They're so worth it. It's so worth it getting the little bundle of 3. I got 3 in a bundle. I think you can do 3, you can get a full set, or you can just buy them individually. I got 3, it was like €59, and that was perfect for me, and I want them to come out with more, especially with this kind of size. I know they have the Escape Pod one, and the bigger one, which is beautiful as well, and you know, wouldn't mind having, but it's not particularly on my list. But this size, or even maybe tiny bit bigger, is perfect for me, and I think it's so cool. Their color stories are beautiful, their color concepts are beautiful, the tones of colors that they go for is beautiful, the textures, the shimmers, my god, the shimmers, so beautiful. So if you like this look and want to see more of this palette, I will have a link down below and up in the cards here. I have a first impressions of this palette, and I will eventually have first impressions of my other 2 palettes, which is the Cyber Bronze and the Astra Pink. I'll do 2 looks 1 palettes with those, and I'll probably do a multi-palette bingo of them all together, which is quite nice. So yeah, that's coming up eventually. My signature word, eventually. So I hope you guys stay tuned for that. If you do want to see those, hit subscribe down below so that you know. You can also hit the bell to notify you when they go up. They're coming up. They're on my list. They're coming up. And yeah, you can also hit like if you do like this video and you like my look, and you can let me know in the comments what would you kind of do if you were to look at that one palette. What would you do? Would you kind of do maybe what I did in the beginning and try to use them all? Would you instantly just do like a bit of more of a sunset eye with like the yellows and orange and red? Would you do kind of a lemon and lime, kind of like what I did in the first video, or the first look for this video, you can let me know. And I'm always interested to see different color combinations with different things. They're my favorite things, is a color combination. And yeah, anything else? Oh, my Instagram. If you want to see up close pictures of this look and the other look, it will be on my Instagram down below. I don't do a lot of up close pictures anywhere else, just on Instagram. So if you want to see them up close with details and see the beautiful shimmers in like HD definition, high definition. Yes, Carla, get with it. I will have my Instagram linked down below so you can follow that, and I will be very grateful if you do. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.